All right, welcome to episode 7 of Naga's Adventure. In the last one, we were able to take out the Elder, and we got a foothold on that other island over there. So, yeah, we're still at that spawn altar. And I was going to go ahead and place a portal down. I'm not going to make a little base around it yet. I will do that, just not yet. And then I'll name this one Spawn. Yeah, I don't have any... I don't have a portal set up yet to connect to that one yet, but that's all right. I am going to go ahead and sleep over here before I make that trip back, though, because it is... Yep, there it is, that you are cold message. Indicating that it's nighttime. So I'm going to make another one of those little temporary sleeping areas that I made in the last one. And then I'll be able to sleep. I'm wondering if I can use the 45 ones and if those would help more. Alright. Where's our bed at? And then we'll need some stones. We're also out of wood already. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just break this rock. Oh, that's not my pickaxe. Break this rock so I can get some stone. And I need 2 more stone. I'll just break this rock too. There we go. Get a little bit of wood. And we should be able to place that campfire now and hopefully be able to sleep. I might have to add that upper part like I did in the last one too. We'll see. Yeah, bed is too exposed. So if I add this upper area, at least last time that worked. This time it doesn't like it. Oh, there it goes. Now it lets me sleep. I had to add quite a bit more this time. Yeah, I probably won't do the 45-degree one again. Now we can go ahead and get rid of all this. That's just temporary. That way, I can get some more oak saplings to plant. As I said in the past, those oak saplings are great. At least in my opinion, I like the oak saplings a lot. Makes it to where you don't have to chop as much wood. I'm not really seeing any, though. I noticed that they spawn more. Oh, there's one. I was just going to say, I noticed that they spawn more whenever you come to, like, an opening, and that is, once again, true with this one. So, yeah, they just like to spawn in the open areas. There's 2 oak trees right there. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and get these chopped up, and hopefully they'll spawn acorns. This one did not. Oh, don't roll all the way down the mountain. Well, hill. Speaking of mountains, we do have progression that we can now go to a new biome. While it's not the mountains, we can go to the swamp now, which honestly, pretty miserable. It's where the game starts to get a lot harder, and the swamp itself is kind of annoying. I think in my personal experience, I find it annoying because of the constant wet bonus and not being able to see anything. That's why I don't like it, but as long as you take it slow, it's not too big of an issue. Alright, I'm not gonna... Yeah, I am going to, actually. I was thinking about not chopping this one down, but I mostly want to chop it for the fine wood and the acorns. I can get normal wood anywhere. I'm just hoping it drops acorns more than anything. Did it drop acorns? No, it did not. Well, that's okay. We can still get the fine wood from it. We won't have enough carry capacity to carry the fine wood and the normal wood, though, I think, that this one will drop. So yeah, we'll just chop away at this tree. So we got all the fine wood. Yeah, we're already not able to carry it. And then I should be able to drop that 3 stack of normal wood, and it should replace it with fine wood. And that'll get that sorted. You do need a lot of fine wood, so then I'll drop some resin. Oh, that's not really going to help too much. All right, well, there we go. And we got all the fine wood picked up. Oh, there's another oak tree right there. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to mess with it, though. We are most of the way home. But, yeah. Now I'm finding oak trees everywhere. Now that I can't carry them. Carry their wood. But yeah, I'll go ahead and cut to whenever we get back home. And I figure out what the next thing I'm going to do is. All right, we've returned. I'm going to go ahead and put down that spawn portal that I had. Actually, no, I don't need to. I could just rename this one if I ever need to. But, yeah, I think we're probably just going to go exploring for some swamp biomes. I think that's our next step now. We got to be careful. I will bring stuff to make another portal with us. Yeah, come to think of it, I'm just going to put down 2 portals. And it'll make sense as to why in just a second. But let me get these placed. So, where's my hammer? Is it in here? No, I quick stacked it somewhere because I left mine home. There it is. And then we have that extra one. I had meant to bring the cultivator inside before I went to that fight on the last episode, but I didn't. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just place that other one right here for now. And I actually am going to name that one, or keep that one unnamed. And the reason I'm going to do that is, as I'm exploring, if I ever need to, I can just drop back home and then drop all my stuff off. That'll be super useful. So yeah, I'm going to drop off all my extra stuff. I'm not going to put down the bee right now. I don't need to. What I am going to do, though, is get my poison resistance meads. Where are they at? There they are. And prepare to go into the swamp. Now, I do want to get another health mead going. So I am going to do that. So that's going to be raspberries, blueberries, honey, and dandelion. So let's get all of that. And where do I keep all this stuff? So 10, 5, and then was it 2 or was it 1? I'm going to guess and say 1, but it's probably 2. Oh, it was 1. Perfect. And now I won't have to put anything up. So I'll get this one fermenting, and then we'll get going. I do need to put up some of this fine wood, though. I don't need this much fine wood to make a portal. I can put that... Oh, put back 19 of it. And I'll just keep all of the resources for the portal together. That way I'm not getting confused. I will eat the bear meat as I'm exploring the swamp, as it is pretty dangerous. Alright, have we found any swamps yet is my question. I don't believe we have. So, I am going to... I still have my boat over there. I think I'm actually going to go via boat. I will need a little bit more wood so I can have a workbench that I could always place down. There it is. Yeah, I actually just want to explore via boat. That way, if it starts raining or whenever it becomes nighttime, I can always just fight sea serpents. Which is kind of what I want to do. I don't really want to fight these guys, but I am going to just get rid of them. If I get rid of them, they won't be here anymore. There's a lot of gray dwarfs. Holy. Oh, that's going to hurt. Thankfully, we have a little bit of knockback on this thing. Barely avoid that hit. And I think that barrel there will have something for us. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't mean to take that mead. So I normally have 2 as my shield slot. So I think that's why I keep struggling with that. But I am trying to do it this way in the future. There's that Great Orph inside there. Trying to get rid of him. There he goes. Yeah, I'm not actually going to mess with getting that barrel broken, though. I don't really care that much. I thought we had normal arrows somewhere. I must have quick sacked them all. That's okay. We'll just use the flint arrows as we're going into the swamp. I would normally use the fire arrows over the flint head arrows, but everything in the swamp is going to be wet, and obviously, as you can imagine, it's going to be doing less damage. Fire arrows are going to be doing less damage to wet targets. So you can see wet, you get a resistant versus fire damage modifier. So, and all the enemies are going to be wet. At least I think they will. Maybe they don't get wet from the rain for some reason, but I don't think that's how that works. Hello, Mr. Skeleton. Goodbye, Mr. Skeleton. Oh, I'm going a bit too far north already. So yeah, I guess I will end up using that boat after all, not destroying it. Oh, it's raining. Maybe we can go fight a serpent now. Oh yeah, it's a thunderstorm. Oh, there's no ladder on this side? I didn't know that. Let's get out there. I was going to go that way, but the wind's coming from that way, so I'll actually go... What direction is that? South, yeah. We'll go south. But as I said, I want to fight one of these serpents first. So we gotta get out to ocean first, and you can see what biome you're in, actually, if you're not sure, by looking at the map. At the top right of the map, you see it says meadows right now. Once I get out into this ocean, we should start to see some guys spawning. Yeah, these are some rough waves. You gotta be careful whenever you're still in the carve out at rough sea. Man, it still thinks we're in the meadows. It's pretty crazy. There we go, now we've swapped. So we should start to see those serpents spawning any second now. Just be searching for them. Well, I went that entire time without actually seeing a serpent. I went all the way from our boat camp to about where I am now. I was wanting to check out this island, which I think might be... Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually just going to go check out the new island. I was sailing over here just because that's where the wind was, and I was just trying to cover as much ground in case some serpents were spawning, but I'm just going to go back to the island we were at now. All right, there it is. I think I can see some swamp trees. Those are pretty iconic trees. It is nighttime, or well, it's turning nighttime. So what I'm gonna do is just sit out. Well, this is not ocean. I was gonna say I'm gonna sit out here and try to get a sea serpent to spawn, but it's not gonna happen because I think the strait is too small. There's actually an island on this side of me and an island on that side of me. You just can't see them super well because it's a little bit foggy. But I am gonna set up over here temporarily. Get my portal set up, and then we can start exploring the swamp. Oh, the wind shifted. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna be paddling to shore. Alright, and as we're coming to shore here, I can actually see that there's some, I think that's like goo or guck deposits on those trees. Oh, and of course we're getting greeted by grey dwarfs. It wouldn't be the Black Forest without grey dwarfs. And they're really, really stupid AI. So, go ahead and check the boat's durability right there. I'm gonna just put a workbench and then a portal, and then I'll go sleep and then be right back over here. And I left this one unnamed for this exact reason, for speed reasons. All right, it's the next morning, and now we've been able to sleep. We got our rested buff back, and we can get rid of this stupid grey dwarf. It's making me hit my boat. Go ahead and repair that. But yeah, I want to make a little base camp here that I can kind of go back to and resupply as I need to. Pretty much just something to house the portal. Probably do it like right here on this rock. This looks good enough. So yeah, it's not going to be anything crazy. It'll just be a little hut pretty much. And it's just only going to have a portal. It's not even going to have like, I mean, it'll have chests, I think, too, actually. But other than that, it's not going to really have anything. So we'll do like a little 2x6 kind of thing with this one. I'm not gonna put any windows in this one. It's gonna be like, it's literally just gonna be like a little shed shack thing. Go ahead and run over here and grab that stuff. Oh, there's Draugr there. Alright, our first encounter with a Draugr. We one-shot him. Nice. Go ahead and pick up his drops. Yep, those entrails. Those are going to be what we need to make sausages, so those are perfect. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and chop down these 2 fir trees, along with the tiny ones beside them. Got to be careful as we attract more attention. Yeah, skeletons also spawn in these areas. I'm not too worried about the skeletons. They can come over here. I'll get them with the stag breaker. And the mace if I need to. Oh, that is what I don't want to see, is that Draugr. So I'm going to try to take him out from far. And that is a 2-star skeleton. So I'm going to bait his attack. And then I'm going to swing. Gotta be a bit careful here. We don't have our portal put down yet. Just keep our distance from this guy. And we made short work of him. Now we can finish chopping up this tree and get our little hut down. Alright, so I did say I'm not going to have any windows, but I will put one on this part right here. And also, I can't use that gate because I'm not going to do a big door. Or I'm not going to go up another level for the walls. They're just going to be this tall. I am going to make it these 45-degree ones, though, as I won't have a lot of camera room if I don't do that. And I don't like that, so... Whoa, it's snapping weird. I'm going to go ahead and place that one first. There we go. Place our corner walls. And I guess I could just make this one a frame, a beam, I mean. And then to make it not look as weird, I'll put this pole right here and a wooden beam on the bottom right here. And I guess I could also put that wooden pole right here. And there we go. Got a little window right there. We can look out and see what dangers are outside. All right. Put that portal there. And then put a workbench right here. And I can go ahead and put a chest or two. Put that chest right here. There we go. Now we can just see outside. Yeah, see, like we can see that jogger way out there in the distance. So I'm going to go ahead and deposit our extra resources we've gotten and make our first adventure into the swamp. All right, we're ready to make that adventure into the swamp now. And I actually brought enough resources to make a cart with me. That way, if we do find a crypt, or not a crypt, no, yeah, they are crypts. Then we can start exploring those and put the resources into that cart. Yep. We're now in the swamp. Gotta be careful going to the water in the swamp because you have these leeches over here. We're gonna be getting a lot of new materials. Just take our time and not go too fast. We also need to find, which I think that's it right up there. I'll tell you in just a second. After I get rid of these guys. Yep, turnip seeds right here. You can see it's like a little yellow flower. Turnip seeds are going to be awesome for the food that we can make. Oh, wow, and we actually found a sunken crypt really early into the swamp. That's perfect. Oh, that's not good. So yeah, you can see pretty much everything here poisons you. I see two Draugr over there. Am I going to die from this poison? No, we're good. I am going to pop my potion, though. So I'm going to, first off, open this. And I can do that because I have that swamp key. Which, I didn't mention it, but I got that from fighting the Elder and beating it. So, go ahead and mark this SC for Sunken Crypt. And, I guess, let's get into it. All right, so it's pretty similar to the burial chambers where you have these three paths usually. This one's just blocked off. Normally they're not blocked off. And these are muddy scrap piles, which we have to mine. You mine these, and these will drop scrap iron. and wither bones and leather scraps, I believe. But if I, hopefully I can get some scrap iron to show you. Yep, there it is. So we got some scrap iron, and that's how we'll get our iron, which is the next material we need. And you can see this is another room in here. Oh, and that's a Draugr Elite right there. So as you could probably have guessed with his name, the Draugr Elite are a little bit better than the normal Draugr. I'm going to go ahead and take one of these poison resistance meats just in case. And there's probably, I can't see it, but there's probably a Draugr spawner in there. And those are just called body piles, I think. Something like that. But yeah, we can pretty safely clear these rooms out with the stag breaker. It's pretty good. Just keep swinging away until we get this thing cleared. Alright. So yeah, we should be able to finish this muddy scrap pile and see what we've got in this first room. So these chests can also have scrap iron in them, so it's really important that you check the scrap or the chests. And I want to pick up every new material I can. Yeah, there's the ooze. What I'm going to do is go outside and place that cart real quick, and then I will deposit all of my stuff in there. I'll clear these one at a time. Sometimes I like to do multiple, but it makes the cart really heavy, so I'm not going to do that. So we need that workbench. I'm going to go ahead and place it right here. And our cart will be placed in front. And I'll go ahead and put everything that I could be picking up inside of these burial chambers into this cart. That way I can just come quick stack. Oh, and we've got a Draugr moving towards us. See if we can't take that guy out before he gets aggroed. Oh, is that a 1-star? I don't think so. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get these leeches taken out too, because we can get blood bags from them. And those blood bags let us make our better healing meads. So those are pretty important. So let's get to clearing the sunken crypt. Yeah, I will say the sunken crypts are a lot more boring than the burial chambers because you have to do a lot of mining. It's a lot of just mining these muddy scrap piles, which can be pretty boring. I mean, mining in a lot of games is boring. It's no different in this one. But you can see there's also like coins like that placed in random spots up on this altar kind of area. So it's important, just like with the burial chambers, to check and see if there's any extra valuables laying around. Sometimes they'll be in the middle of the rooms too, but it's usually on a platform. Alright, sorry about that. We've come upon another room, and we have a Draugr here. And the way we've mined it out, he can't get into our room. They struggle with getting into the next room, as long as you leave a little bit of the scrap pile there. And that's what I did here. So I will say these crypts can be pretty challenging, but as long as you take it slow and don't mine out the entire muddy scrap pile, take them out with like your stag breaker before you mine the entire thing, and that'll make it way easier. But yeah, so the rest of this sunken crypt is pretty much just gonna be me mining, just like this. And I don't think you guys really want to watch that, so I'll probably just cut to the next interesting thing that happens. Alright, I was going outside to repair and put a fire down so I could get my rested buff. But then a bunch of guys came out here, including a 1-star Draugr archer. So this could be scary. I think the strat is to just bait his shot. Like that. You just gotta bait him to start shooting. Yep. And start aiming. Oh. That was not the strat. Well, that sucks. Yeah, I've just spent like, let's see, how long has it been? Let me check the recording. Yeah, I've spent the last like 30 minutes, by the way, just mining. I'm almost done with that one, but yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end it though for today. Yeah, I'll just have to get my stuff back in the next episode. Oh, my carrots are ready, so I'll be able to eat better food too. But so yeah, if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, and just be on the lookout for that next episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.